As we're getting a little closer, look at it, it's moving.
Oh, it's definitely a fish on there.
There's a fish on. There's 100%.
Oh, this one.
Oh my gosh.
You got this?
Yeah, hold on.
This could be big.
Oh my gosh, look at, what do we do?
Be careful. Be careful.
Yes! Yes!
Welcome back to another episode of the Googan Squad. Today, we have a fish and noodle mat.
How do you use that?
Honestly, I did not think. We kind of had two ideas today. We either were going to just make jugs and try and use that for bass, since nobody has done that before, but we decided to do a homemade versus store-bought jugging kind of video today because they actually have store-bought jugs. So the deal is, this doesn't really come fish ready. We do need to buy some line, some hooks, and we're going to catch the bait because we're doing bass.
What's the deal?
The mean green shad, look at this.
Okay.
I don't think that's it.
Okay.
That's disgusting. So to catch bass, we are going to put live bluegills on these. So we're going to use kind of little micro baits to catch those, and then we are going to put them on these noodles. We have the noodles, and then we need jugs, fishing line, and hooks.
It's like a food chain jug challenge.
Food chain jug challenge. Ready, set, big views. Got some fishing hooks. We're going to use some Googan line that is actually at the place we are staying. Now all that's left is to grab jugs. So you could either use like Coca-Cola jugs, or you could use, I guess, like milk jugs.
Yeah, milk jugs.
You want milk jugs?
Let's do milk jugs.
So you make the homemade one. I'm going to use the store-bought ones.
Deal. Bet.
Bet.
I think we got to go try out the chocolate and the regular 2% milk here. So see which one's the better fish attractor. Stinky needed.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, Stinky.
Are you hungry?
Stinky needed Stinky needed some
He's
cookies
hungry.
for the car ride. So we're getting some cookies.
Okay, how many you want? You got enough? Yeah, we're good.
$5 a box.
We're very hungry. Is it possible for us to get 30 boxes?
We just
Yes.
get whatever's on the table.
Whatever's on the table, yes. You can
Okay.
have what's on the table.
Okay, perfect.
You get me a box?
Never gonna have too many cookies.
Thank you.
Support the local Girl Scouts. And we're off. We're off to the farm. We're off to catch some big fish, hopefully. And I'm gonna beat Manager Matt. Made it to the ranch now. We are gonna set up these jug lines. Matt's gonna do his homemade one. I'm gonna set up the pre-bought store one, and then we're gonna go out and set these. That's really all that's left to do, and then you've got to wait. So jugs, you've got to spend probably, I'd say, at least an hour for bass. We're gonna try and catch some little bluegills to put on there, but I'd say an hour to 2 hours is probably how long we're gonna have to wait until we actually see something eat the bait. We've got some. I'd say this is about 15-pound test. We thought we had a fresh spool of Googan line in the boat, but unfortunately our manager Matt forgot that, so we don't have that. We're using some 15-pound, probably 17 years old Googan line here, but it's all right. We're gonna put that on a little palomar. I was actually a fisherman's knot. I could say I've never properly jug lined before. There is something up north that they call tip-ups, which I would consider the jug line of the north. I have used some tip-ups before, but I've never set an actual jug line. And this will sit like this, and then when a fish comes, it will go like that and indicate that you have one on.
Yeah, hold on.
This could be big.
Oh my gosh, look at, what do we do?
For his, it's a little bit different. He's using.
Yeah, good old milk jugs, you know? You don't need that fancy, like, pre-made stuff. You just go pour the milk out, or chug some chocolate milk in the car ride up here with the Girl Scout cookies, right?
As far as baits go, we are trying to catch bluegills. So we're going to use a catfish hook. This is a live bait hook, and then just hook the bluegill on the top of the head. Bass usually will eat a bait head first, so that hook should do.
I think I'm going to go a little shallower than you. I think that's my strat. I think they're a little more shallow than Perrick wants to go.
We did forget worms, and we could be digging for worms, but it's a lot easier if we had them just in a nice little pocket for us, but it doesn't look like that's a possibility. So we need to find a way to catch bluegills to put on the jug lines, which I guess crickets, bugs, or worms, which we're gonna have to find. Right now we are searching for worms the old-fashioned way by digging a hole.
But no luck here.
No luck.
I think we need to get down closer to the water.
Yeah, this is more like sand more than dirt, so.
Let's do that. Let's move.
Let's move.
Or yeah, maybe under there.
Maybe we want to look.
There's more crickets.
Crickets?
Crickets?
Oh, there's a worm.
Here, just flip that thing over like you did that last.
Okay.
Let me see the worm. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, those are amazing.
Oh, you got a
We
grub.
got some grubs, some live grubs.
Here, where's that?
There's a cricket.
Grab
Oh, a
it.
bunch of crickets.
Grab the crickets, grab the crickets. That right there is some bluegill juice. That thing weighs big. That thing is heavy. We've got the bugs, we've got the bait, we've got the rods, we've got the jugs, we've got everything we need. We're gonna put the boat in the water now, catch the small bluegills, put those on the jugs, and then do this challenge. Hey, do we want to do a punishment for this, or is this just kind of us testing out what's going on? You don't seem like you're doing too well today.
Really?
Yeah, like a punishment could just throw you over the edge.
You think I'm on edge?
Yeah,
Like I'm
you're
all
on edge.
stressed out?
We'll just do this for fun. We'll just see if the homemade versus the store-bought, if there's any difference, and kind of, I guess, just test them. Oh! What? What? No.
And we lost the bait.
I had my first bluegill take the bait, set the hook, and she was gone. It's really sad. I just lost the bait again. Fish on! Fish on! Here we go. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Another bluegill. We're on. Well, guys, it's a new day here. Yesterday did not go as well because we ended up not being able to catch any bait. So what we did was I came back out here this morning, did a little bit of bait fishing, and we ended up catching 5 very nice bluegills. Those bluegills are now going to go on our traps. So here you go.
Okay, okay.
Here you go. Okay. Store-bought versus
Homemade. Come on over.
we're gonna put the jugs on the less windy side. That way the jugs will get blown down the bank and hopefully into a big old bass's mouth. I mean, this is our bait size right now. That's our bait size, so we're looking for something that is gonna be very, very big. Probably 2 to 7, 8, 10 pounds, hopefully. The thing about jug lines too is, I think I mentioned this, but I'm not sure since this is like 14 days after. It's kind of like ice fishing, but open water. You have the flag go up, or you have your jug kind of bobbing. You don't know what's on there. It could be a catfish, it could be a bass, it could be anything, because anything eats live bait. So it's kind of cool. But we're gonna troll over to the spot and see what happens.
This thing right here.
Like one here, one in there, one down in the rattle trap hole.
So let's just get her done.
That right there is the bait. Pretty nice sized bluegill. And I'm actually gonna hook this right in the back. Just gonna peel back a couple of those scales, put it right through the tail, and then put my line out and look at this. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Hey, would you look at that? Hey, would you look at that? Look at this bluegill. Okay, right there. So that is the rig. We're just gonna.
You just send him out there.
He's on his own now.
Okay. Did you name him or anything? Like.
That's Bobber 1 and this is Bobber 2.
Well, we had a little malfunction this morning. Had to chop down our leader a little bit here, but I think we're going to be okay still. No big deal. Not worried about it. There we go. Got him hooked. Let's go have a good time.
I'm going into this area where we caught some fish yesterday. Maybe, the thing is we could spread these jugs out across a whole big area and cover more water. So I'm going to put mine in next, and then we'll have 4 jugs in.
All right, well, I got the little deeper one here. This one's gonna go. This one's gonna go a little deeper. Okay, here we go. We got our second guy in. All right, so I had my guide Parrot take me to the spot we were catching them yesterday. So a little bit deeper on this one, not quite the top water action we were going for on the last one. So let's see how this one goes. This is the chocolate milk one as well, so I believe this is the lucky one. This is the one.
That's the one?
Yeah, I'm a chocolate milk drinker. Well, you know, I thought we'd see more, you know, there'd be more to it than this, but I think we just kind of sit out here and tell stories on the boat at this point.
It's been 1 minute. It's been 1 minute. Like, this is not going to be an instant thing, I don't think. Those jugs have to drift over a school of fish or over an area where there's a bass hiding in the grass or something like that.
We got a good line here. Like, look at our little, I mean, I feel like we're strategically placed.
It's just
What's
like
the expertise here?
it's just like fishing. Doesn't that one look like it's moving over there?
Which one?
One to the left?
Like mine?
No, like mine?
Doesn't it go straight up and down?
Yeah, but it's got to be pulling it straight up and down.
Okay, well, you want me to go over there? It does look like it might be moving. What are we gonna do? We gotta check
It's
it?
definitely moving. It's
Okay. I got it on high. We're on high. What is going? What do you think?
What was this?
Sorry. I just thought we were coming to a flyby. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, there's nothing.
So I think we're gonna do a little spot move here. We're getting a little close to the all these sticks and trees over here. So I think we're gonna move them back out a little bit. But I have some confidence that there might be a fish on over here. We'll see. What do you think? You think fish on?
There could be something going on.
There's a glimmer of hope that
There's a glimmer of hope.
there's something going on up here. We think that it might be going against the current a little bit. So we're gonna go check it out. We got high hopes. What do you think, Parrot? Whoa! What do you think?
It's going against the current. This is the best hope we've had all day. Just a little glimmer of hope here for the two struggling lads on day 2 of this challenge. Here we go.
I don't know. As we're getting a little closer, look at it, it's moving.
Oh, it's definitely a fish on there.
There's a fish on. There's 100%.
You got this? Oh
my gosh!
You got this?
Yeah, hold on.
It's gonna be big. Be
Oh my
careful.
gosh, look at, what do we do?
Be careful. Be careful. Don't break it off.
Okay, hold on.
Get it.
Okay, whoa!
Break them off.
Look at him!
Oh my God.
Yes! Oh my
Yes! Yes! Look at that bluegill. Well, the store-bought jug does send the first fish in the boat right here on the store-bought jug.
Look how big, like, we did not expect a fish this size to eat
No.
these. We thought it had to be bigger.
Is he even hooked? He's just
lodged?
barely hooked. Like, that's insane. All right. Well, 1-0. Looks like you're doing the Sprite and Banana Challenge.
No, not,
Yep.
that was never talked about.
And this fish is going back in the water.
Oh, holy. Grab that one for me. Oh, we lost the bait.
No yell.
Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
That was on the short lead one, so I don't know.
This is it. This has got one.
Yeah. So as far as results go, here's your jug. How did that do?
Zero fish. Got zero fish on this.
And the store-bought one did catch one fish, but there's like a kind of a like, who knows if we placed the jugs in the right spot? Who knows if the leader line was the correct length? We can't really say that the store-bought jugs.
I think what we need to do is bring out Papa Rackley to teach us how to jug fish.
I will say this though about the store-bought jug is it is cool that it kind of acts like a bobber in a sense that you can tell when there is a fish on there, which is kind of cool. But if you're gonna spend some money, you might as well just use an old milk jug around the house and put some line on there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode of the Googan Squad.
Hey.
What
What do you mean?
I want you to say some words of wisdom for the fans.
Some words of wisdom. Don't go jug fishing with Alex Perrick. I think I told we were going to catch a bunch of fish today, and we've been out here floating for
This
a bit.
is my fault.
It's all Perrick's fault.
This is all my fault. Honestly, I have retired from fishing, so I don't know how to fish. I think it's the issue.
It's okay. We had a good time. We had a good time on the boat.
We had a good time. Thank you guys so much for watching today's Googan Squad episode. We'll catch you guys next time.